I was thinking recently about how divination, such as tarot or i-ching, etc., just I found that it hasn't been as helpful to me as it used to be. And it's hard to let go of that fact that it's no longer, it's hard to accept the fact that it's no longer as powerful of a force as it used to be, because it used to be a really big deal for me. When I first started getting into spirituality, I used the Osho Zen Tarot, and it was a very powerful way of getting insight. Now, at the time, I had been an atheist for 29 years, pretty much. I had been pretty much lost in socialization and just didn't really know myself that well. So it seemed that divination kind of blew the roof off in terms of just, letting things in that were new. And I turned to it a lot for guidance, for decision making, and so forth. But what I've been finding is that I would say starting about maybe 6 or 7 years ago, I just didn't use it as much. I didn't use tarot as much. I didn't feel, I guess, confused about a lot of things, and so didn't feel a lot of need to use it. And then in the last half year or so, I wanted to use it again because I had more confusion going on in my life, and so I wanted more clarity. But it just hasn't been very helpful, it just hasn't given me much insight or clarity about situations. And the reason I believe that it's not as helpful as it used to be is that although the universe wants us to wake up and will use divination or whatever means necessary to get us to question pure logic and pure science, and get us to open up to the mysteries of life and understand ourselves better, it seems to me that ultimately we're supposed to utilize free will and really tune in to our beliefs and not allow any system such as tarot or whatever to make our choices for us. And this, on a certain level of development, is kind of like a final stage of becoming clear and becoming aware, is not being able to give away your power to another source, to another person, to any system, but to really feel things out. Because how we feel about something that's the ultimate source of reality, which is always with us. If we become dependent upon a tarot deck or whatever, we might find ourselves in a situation where it isn't handy and we have to make a choice. And if we haven't practiced how to tune in and see how we feel about something, then what are we going to do? We'll feel lost without it. So I feel like the universe has been pushing me to become less dependent upon external sources of information and really figure things out for myself. And sometimes that's tricky, if I'm on the fence about something and I could go one way or the other, and I see the pros and cons of both sides of things or whatever, then I'd really like to be able to just turn myself over to some source and get clear. But part of development comes from the struggle. And through struggling through tough choices and maybe even making mistakes and learning from them, there can be a lot of growth. And although I believe divination can really help us to understand that there are mysterious forces at work and that traditional science cannot explain everything that's going on in the universe, it can't become a crutch. And ultimately, we have to figure things out by connecting with our true selves and get to the point where we really trust ourselves and trust our choices and are not giving away our power to anything or anyone outside of ourselves. So that's been my experience, and I thought I would share it. Thanks.